Now this one is the latest from Navigator. It's a dual cam with 2-in-1 facing the driver. The latest from Navman, the 840 DC with dual camera, and latest from Uniden, the 85R with dual cam and 4K. Now here we are driving in the Navigator model, and you'll see we're coming up towards the tunnel. You can see it's also got the front facing camera, probably really handy for Uber drivers and things like that who want to pay attention to passengers inside the vehicle as well. But you'll see coming through, the lighting isn't fantastic on this particular model. It does seem to struggle with those harsh bright lights up ahead, as well as what's happening inside the tunnel. What you'll also see is the GPS coordinates are missing. That's because it's actually a separate unit, which I chose not to connect. I wanted to have just the single units attached on the dash cam. Coming out of the tunnel, things look quite good actually. You can really see a good understanding of what's around. This is switching to the Navman, much more natural colors coming through straight away. I can read the signs if I was to pause it, the speed, things like that. And as you'll actually see, the tunnel is producing some really nice natural colors, which I'm actually quite enjoying. When I do look at that, it does feel the way that I would have seen it when I was actually driving the vehicle. So I do like that. And again, you can see outside the tunnel before you actually get there. It just handles that light a little bit better. Moving forward, you can also see the GPS coordinates quickly picked back up again once we exit the tunnel, and I can really see what type of cars are coming in the oncoming traffic, so that detail is there. This is for the Uniden. You can see some beautiful, beautiful picture here. It does seem a little bit faster. The frame rate's actually a little bit quicker as well, but again, brighter colors, a wider viewing angle. This one has an extra 10 degrees viewing angle on the Navman, so that's something that you will notice as we go through all of these clips. Again, great detail on the car. The X-Trail that I'm passing, I could read the number plate if I wanted to, and again, a good handling of that tunnel to outside vision without that blurriness or complete washout as well. So really good footage here. Here are some stills looking at the tunnel. You can't really see the text in that Navigator version. The Navman looking pretty good, and then on the Uniden, crystal clear. I could really see the detail if I need to. Looking at the speed signs here and the tunnel writing, not very good on the Navigator, a little bit better on the Navman. And then we switch to the Uniden, and things look pretty good. A perfect 100 kilometers an hour sign, easily visible. When we look at these, I can see that Mitsubishi Triton, I've got the red colors, a bit better and a bit better on the Uniden. Eventually, I can actually tell, if I zoom in, it's an insect control company. Very good thing to see there. Switching to night vision here, this is quite different because now you'll see a lot more washing out when it comes to bright lights and that big contrast shift. This again, back on the Navigator, you can see the internal camera is quite good. Again, if you had passengers that you wanted to pay attention to. But with this camera, what am I really going to be able to do? I can't read the signs that I'm driving past. I couldn't make out particular people. Obviously, you can tell I'm passing a McDonald's here, but I'm looking at the number plates on the right-hand side, and I'm not sure I could actually make out what any of them are. That's got to be a problem if something was to occur. Looking at the service station, how long it takes before I can look at petrol prices, I can't. I go past it and miss it. On the left-hand side, there are people walking, but I barely got to see them in that footage as well. Switching to the Navman, things are a little bit better. Again, some harsh, blowouts when it comes to the lighting, but look on the left, look at that shop front. I can really see what's inside. I can't read that because it's not exactly English on that signage, but I know that if I paused it, I could really make out what is happening around the vehicle, and that's what we're trying to do with these dash cams. The bloke standing on the left-hand side, quite clear, and I start to look at these number plates and I start to think, yes, I could pause, and that Toyota, I could probably pause and easily read that number plate if I wanted to. Turning that corner, we come up to the petrol station. I could easily probably pause and look at those petrol prices if I wanted to, and much earlier I can see those pedestrians on the left-hand side, so that kind of awareness is important. The Uniden does just a better job, to be honest. I see more. I can see more, and I can see more clearly as well. So looking inside those shops, I could probably order something off the menu with how clear things do look. Coming across that bend, that gentleman on the corner, he's still waiting to cross, looking a little bit clearer as well. That McDonald's, there's no mistake. I can see the drive-through entry and almost look at the menu. Looking at these cars, that number plate is perfect on that Toyota this time. And again, as we start to come up to the petrol station, the detail comes through much quicker. Where are those pedestrians? Boom, there they are. And I can actually see what they're carrying as well if I did pause it. So here's some stills. You can't read the number plate on the Navigator unit. You can kind of read it on the Navman. It would work for an insurance claim. But then we switch to the Uniden, it's even better. Again, that viewing angle certainly does help.